They say they've stopped the arms shipments, but Gaza still burns. From Serbia's runways to Colombia's contracts, weapons flow while leaders deny. Israel tightens its grip and allies look away. They ban arms with one hand and sell them with the other. If no one's selling, who's fueling the war on Gaza? Serbia's military exports to Israel have reached unprecedented levels in 2025, even as President Alexander Vucic announced a complete halt to all arms shipments just months ago. According to a joint investigation by Bern and Haaretz, Serbian customs data revealed that the country exported ammunition worth 55.5 million euros to Israel in just the first 6 months of this year. This figure already surpasses the entire 2024 record of 47.9 million euros, despite widespread international calls for an arms embargo amid credible evidence of war crimes in Gaza. The contradiction became starkly apparent on June 23rd when Vucic declared his country's new policy.
Now we do not export anything. Now we have stopped everything, and there must be a special decision if something is going to go.
Yet that very same day, hours after his declaration, an Israeli Boeing 747 cargo plane touched down at Belgrade Airport. The next morning, at 11:32 hours, the aircraft departed for Israel's Nevatim airbase. When questioned about this apparent contradiction, Vucic's response was telling.
There's no chance I'll say what took off and what landed.
The Serbian government has consistently rejected freedom of information requests about its military exports to Israel, most recently on July 30th, calling such information strictly confidential. The shipments involved multiple companies beyond the state-owned Yugo Import SDPR. Private firms, including Adapro and Romax Trade, exported ammunition to Israeli security companies that count the Israeli Defense Forces among their clients. One recipient, IMI Systems, is owned by Elbit Systems, Israel's top defense contractor. In a UN report released on June 30th, Special Rapporteur Francesca Albanese described Elbit Systems as
one of several companies for which the ongoing genocide has been a profitable venture.
International relations expert Mirko Dautovic from Serbian Webster University explains the deeper political connections.
Israel is ruled by Benjamin Netanyahu, who is a politician of the same breed as Orban and Vucic, autocrats by nature, populists who build their politics on hatred, and who plan to achieve their lifelong rule by taking over institutions. They are faithful to each other because they use each other.
Colombia presents another striking example of contradictory arms trade policies. The South American nation has blocked Israeli defense companies from participating in Expo Defensa 2025, despite having purchased over $1 billion worth of Israeli military equipment in recent years. According to Infodefensa, Israel ranks as Colombia's second most important defense partner in terms of signed contracts. The ban, implemented through event organizer Corferias, comes amid deteriorating political relations between the two countries. Yet, the decision appears paradoxical given the scope of recent defense cooperation. Colombia has acquired advanced systems, including the Barak MX air defense system for ballistic missile interception, 155 mm wheeled self-propelled howitzers, Atmos 2000 from Elbit Systems, and Rafael combat modules for LAV-3 armoured vehicles. The defence relationship spans 42 years, with cooperation intensifying since the 1990s. Current diplomatic tensions stem from remarks by Colombian President Gustavo Petro regarding Israel's actions in Gaza, leading to the official suspension of certain bilateral security agreements. Israeli officials are taking a wait-and-see approach, anticipating potential changes in Colombia's political leadership that could restore defense cooperation. This situation illustrates what Defense Express describes as Israel's pragmatic commercial approach to arms exports, selling where it's most profitable rather than where systems are strategically needed. The United States Senate recently witnessed its most significant challenge to arms sales to Israel, highlighting growing divisions within the Democratic Party over Gaza policy. 27 Democrats voted for Senator Bernie Sanders' resolution to block the sale of 20,000 automatic assault rifles to Israel, while 24 supported halting a $675 million worth of bomb shipments. Though unsuccessful, these votes represented the highest level of Democratic opposition to Israeli arms sales in Senate history. Sanders was characteristically direct in his criticism ahead of the vote.
Netanyahu is a disgusting liar. Children are starving to death. The United States cannot continue to supply his racist government with hundreds of millions of dollars in military aid that is used to kill innocent people.
Senator Patty Murray of Washington State, supporting Sanders' bid for the first time, explained her position.
As a longtime friend and supporter of Israel, I am voting yes to send a message. The Netanyahu government cannot continue with this strategy. Netanyahu has prolonged this war at every turn to stay in power. We are witnessing a man-made famine in Gaza. Children and families should not be dying from starvation or disease when literal tons of aid and supplies are just sitting across the border.
However, the vote revealed significant contradictions within Democratic ranks. 19 of the 44 Democratic senators who recently signed a letter calling for humanitarian aid in Gaza did not vote for either Sanders resolution. Among them were prominent figures including Chuck Schumer, Kirsten Gillibrand, Adam Schiff, and Alex Padilla. The influence of pro-Israel lobbying appears significant in these voting patterns. Adam Schiff was the top beneficiary of spending by the American Israel Public Affairs Committee during the 2023 to 2024 election cycle. Senators Cory Booker and Mark Warner were the top two Democratic recipients of AIPAC contributions this year. 4 holdout senators who signed the humanitarian letter but opposed the Sanders resolutions have collectively received nearly $1 million from AIPAC's PAC this cycle. The broader context includes record American military aid to Israel, reaching $18 billion in 2024, according to analyst Stephen Semler. Amid these policy debates, Israel continues advancing its military capabilities. The Israeli Ministry of Defense recently announced the successful completion of advanced upgrade tests for David's Sling air and missile defense system. The tests, conducted during the ongoing Swords of Iron War and following Operation Rising Lion, were carried out in collaboration with the US Missile Defense Agency and Rafael Advanced Defense Systems, the system's prime contractor. The David's Sling system, designed to intercept rockets, missiles, cruise missiles, aircraft and UAVs, represents a central element in Israel's multi-layered air and missile defense strategy. The recent tests resulted in what officials called a significant improvement to the system's performance. As the ministry stated, these tests are part of the operational learning process, aimed at enhancing capabilities across various combat scenarios. The ministry described the outcome as another significant breakthrough in the system's ongoing development.